Tower 28 has finally launched in the UK. It's launched on UK Sephora. I think maybe there was a few products that you could get on Cult Beauty before, but none of their super viral stuff like the concealer, which is what I'm going to try out today. I have been dying to try this concealer for such a long time, but it just has not been available in the UK. So this is called the Swipe Serum Concealer. I have this in the shade 2BU. And while this isn't the most viral concealer to ever exist, if you look up any reviews of this, there's hardly any that I've seen where people haven't liked it. And also serum concealer, I've got dry skin. This just sounds like my vibe. So let's just shut up and test it out. I really hope that this shade works for me. Looks like it will be a good shade, which is a relief. I personally can't do any concealers that are a bit too light. Brightening does not look good on my hollow under eyes. So let's just blend this out. It's blending really, really nicely. It's definitely got that sort of like smooth, easy to blend consistency that I really love in a concealer. Wow, I feel like that really blended into nothing, but like in the best way. Like you can hardly tell that I even applied anything, but it's added that coverage. It's not like the highest level of coverage I've ever seen, although I don't necessarily look for super high coverage concealers personally. So for me, that is absolutely perfect. And I just love the way that is sitting under my eyes. Right off the bat, I'm really liking this. So let's apply some to this eye as well. I'm not applying too much, by the way, because I don't really like a lot of concealer under the eyes. And I'm sure it won't be a fluke, but let's watch this blend out again. I can't really explain the way that it feels to blend out. I suppose it is sort of like a serum. It just is very soft. Some concealers are very sort of thick, but also the thinner ones are hard to blend out as well. This is like exactly in the middle. Okay, loving it. I think that looks really, really beautiful. I don't really have huge spots, but I'm just gonna apply this to some of my redness as well. Sorry, my mirror is in a very awkward angle. Just to see what the general coverage of this is like. Yeah, I'd definitely say it's like a medium coverage, but it covers just enough to look super natural. And I just absolutely love the finish of this. I was just reading the packaging and it says that this is safe for sensitive skin and it's a non-irritating formula that helps to hydrate and smooth textured skin. I don't really have textured skin necessarily, but I do have really, really dry skin that flakes quite a lot, especially under my eyes. And I do completely agree that this is somehow hydrating, but also smoothing at the same time. Okay, I finished off the rest of my base and this is how the concealer is looking. I think again, it still looks really, really nice. So it has creased a tiny bit there, but that happens to me with every single concealer because in case you didn't know, if you've got a line there, it's going to go into that line. It's absolutely impossible to avoid, but there are definitely some concealers that are better at others in terms of sort of creasing into the smaller lines, and this one hasn't done that. It's just mostly creased into that bigger line I have, which, as I said, happens to me every single time. So I've just wiped that away. I haven't set this with any powder, by the way, so this is just how it's looking very naturally. I actually think it's one of those concealers that has a finish that's not too radiant and not too matte, so I could leave the house like this without having to set it, because personally I find when concealers are a little bit too radiant, it does look a little bit weird, but this one just has such a nice finish. So it is safe to say I am a huge fan of this concealer. All the reviews I've seen have been right, and I'm so glad that this is finally launched in the UK. So let me know what you think if you try it, and thanks for watching.